Ну а сейчас возвращаемся на космодром Байконура, откуда в эти минуты стартуют ракеты Протон М с 3 спутниками ГЛОНАСС. Прямая трансляция подготовлена совместно со студией Роскосмоса. Космический корабль выведет на орбиту 3 спутника российской навигационной системы ГЛОНАСС. По плану это произойдет примерно через 4 часа после старта. И вот старт. Зрелище. Но что-то, кажется, идет не так. Что-то не так. Кажется, это будет катастрофа. И вот ракета направляется к Земле и распадается в воздухе. И взрыв. Итак, прямо в прямом эфире состоялся неудачный запуск ракеты Протон М с 3 спутниками российской навигационной системы ГЛОНАСС на борту. В воздух вывиваются клубы черного дыма.
Well, a very good morning to you from all of us here at RT Moscow, where it's now just after 8 a.m. I'm Rory Souchet with you today, and straight to our breaking news for you this hour here on RT. An unmanned Russian space rocket has crashed to Earth just a minute after launch. It was carrying 3 satellites meant for Russia's GLONASS global navigation system. RT's Tabang Motse now brings us the details here live on the program. Good morning to you, Tabang. So what happened?
Well, you know, Rory, I think it was quite a shocking morning for those at Байконуре Cosmodrome. As you can see here, that Proton M, which was carrying 3 navigation satellites out to orbit, just decided that today was not going to be the day. It spiraled out of control, disintegrated, as you can see right now off the camera there, and then it literally disintegrated, splitting into all kinds of places and then dropping off within that inhabited space at the Cosmodrome. Now, of course, we've heard sources saying that, you know, this is not the best thing that could happen to this right now. This is a radioactive satellite. There's people who live around that area.
Tabby, that's just it. I mean, that's just it. You talk about the environmental impact. This rocket here, just a couple of seconds into launch, exploding just a few seconds into launch, you would imagine it's been absolutely filled to the brim with rocket fuel.
Absolutely. Rory, I mean, this is what's getting authorities quite worried out there, is that this disintegrating, dropping in the middle of an inhabited area could bring a lot of trouble. They're thinking of now evacuating that area. Now, I've been there to Байконуре myself. You've been there to Байконуре. You know how it's such a small town, but with such a small group of people within one area and so much fuel, radioactive, no one knows what could come out of there. So it's very important that they start getting people out as soon as possible.
The good thing is, you talk about Baikonur being a small town. The good thing is the launch pad is a long drive out of the town.
It is a little bit far out.
However, they have got very, very good emergency systems in place at the Baikonur Cosmodrome. But the sad news is, Tabby, this isn't exactly the first time it's happened.
You know what, Rory? Every time anybody hears of anything in terms of space and exploration or anything going out to orbit, we get excited. But what we don't really understand is that there's so much that goes into these kind of machines. I mean, we're talking not only fuel, we're talking engineering. And this sort of accident happened back in 2010. Once more, these three navigating satellites going up to orbit and then disintegrating into the Pacific Ocean. Now, they're saying that sources tell us it could be because of engineering problem. They need to look a little bit more in terms of how they can... Absolutely. So right now, I think the emergency bit right now is to make sure that the inhabitants in that area are safe, particularly because of what that machine actually contains.
I mean, startling footage we're seeing here, Tabby. The Байконуре Cosmodrome, Kazakhstan here, just a couple of seconds into liftoff. Our breaking news here, the Russian rocket here exploding just in the first few seconds of launch. What about accountability, Tabby? Who's going to be held to account for this? Huh?
You know what, Rory, the Russian Space Agency has been changing over the last couple of months. We've seen resignations, we've seen people being fired because there seems to be a new restructuring of the agency. So many projects are coming up and so many people rely on the Russian Space Agency in terms of going out into orbit or to the ISS. So it's really important that they get this in control. It's really important that they assure everyone who uses the Байконуре Cosmodrome at the moment to say, things happen. This is not what we wanted, but this is the morning that we had. We need to get to the bottom of this. If it's an engineering problem, we need to get better engineers coming in. We need to look at how we're going to get some of this equipment out into orbit. There's going to be lots of questions being asked. So there's going to be absolutely someone or something needs to be accountable of what just happened today.
Well, I mean, obviously, Tabby, the investigation will already have begun. This is our breaking news this morning. Bad news for Байконуре. This rocket up to space with 3 GLONASS satellites exploding a couple of seconds into launch. RT's Tabang Motse on this breaking news this morning. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.